We saw it with
not making the playoffs.
And all these teams, all these players have to go find other guys to make a very, very good team, an all-star caliber team. Since it's been since the Boston Three Party, I guess. Is that what we call them? With
the Big Three.
Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. I mean,
and they even lucked out with Rondo too, becoming an all-star.
All right, so KD, Kyrie, DeAndre. KD, he probably won't even. Maybe he gets back in the playoffs. Maybe. I don't think so, but we'll see.
He doesn't. He's not playing this next year. I don't think they're going to be higher than a 5 seed this year.
Maybe
a 4 seed. I just with the I guess it depends on Kyrie. It depends on what the Raptors.
They won't finish over Philly. They won't finish over Milwaukee. Indiana might be trouble.
That's what I'm saying. With what moves Indiana has made, I don't think they finish over them either.
We still have questions about Boston.
I don't think they finish over the Celtics. I think Kemba's going to be much better for that locker room. I think they're going to have a big leap in this year as compared to last year.
They're still losing Al Horford, and we still have questions if the first year of Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum were
flukes.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm still questioning Boston, but I think they should, on paper, be a better team than this Brooklyn team. Maybe. I think that's close. That's close. But yeah, I know what you mean.
It was the Horford, and they lost Baines too, so they're going to have to figure out their big men.
Yeah.
But Kemba's going to be a million times better for that locker room than Kyrie, and Kemba was really a better scorer than Kyrie last year.
Yeah, he's the number one option. He's like by far away the number one option there in Charlotte. We'll talk more about that. Let's talk about talk about KD and Golden State, the fallout. So KD, someone from KD's camp said he felt disrespected by the Warriors. The Warriors was always kind of making him he wasn't the guy. He didn't get that feeling that he was loved and getting the right respect there. And then after that, the Warriors put out a thank you note saying, "Oh, we want to retire KD's number." Well, I think that's weird. He's been there 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, 2, 3, 2.
3 years. He has 2 championships with them, right?
3 years. He's won 2, lost 1. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I still think he's only been there for 3 seasons. You can't really. That's not a guy you put in the rafters. That's not a number you retire.
23 is retired in Miami. Michael never even played there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why LeBron took 6, because Michael, they retired. Miami's weird. They retire I think they retired like Dan Marino's number, like the Heat did.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think the Heat just was really bad for a long time. And it was like, we want to have people good enough to retire their jersey number. And they're like, well, Alonzo Mourning's the next one up, and we still got a while for him.
We got to get people excited. We got to get people excited.
Yeah, they're like, whatever, we'll just do Jordan, and we'll do all these other people.
Anyway, what's your take on the disrespect and I guess we kind of discussed the jersey retirement.
Yeah, for the disrespecting, it's like, okay, let's not pull punches. You're talking about Draymond Green. You're talking about the fight you had earlier. There's nothing else you could have talked about. Here's the thing: if you want to play with Draymond Green, you have to be ready for that. It's like, it was just really frustrating. It'd be like going to McDonald's and complaining about the lack of quality. It's like, dude, you're in a McDonald's. Like, recognize where you are. Like, Draymond Green is that way. He rubs people the wrong way. Just be ready for it. I think this was something that KD probably said to his group of people, not really meaning too much, but being like, man, like, they don't realize how good I am. Like, they're being all disrespectful because they had that original group. And one of those people probably said that, and KD was like, no, I don't want people to see me saying that. He's like, that's why I got burner accounts. Don't be telling the media that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was one of those things. It's like, okay, we know what you're talking about. Like, don't pull punches. Name names. If you're gonna say it, say it.
Yeah. So I got 2 things. I think the personalities of Draymond and KD just don't mesh very well at all. KD seems like a guy who doesn't want to speak too much. He doesn't want to be too boisterous. And then Draymond's very loud. He likes to really be emotional.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he wants to say. and he's going to say it. He's not afraid to say it. The other thing I wanted to say was, I think with the Golden State approach, I think they were very disrespectful to KD, and they just said, all right, you're just along for the ride, really. You're just here to help us. These are our guys. You're just here to get us some championships, get us some parades. We saw that with Bob Myers, the last championship. They just said, oh, look at KD. I don't think we're going to max him out, but Steph, he's been our guy. We're definitely maxing our guy, Steph.
Well, so one, they offered him the max. They did offer him the max. Two, they knew he was along for the ride. He joined up after the ride had started. And the other thing is about the personalities. Yeah, like they are very different personalities. I'm worried about KD and Kyrie and Brooklyn because they are the same personality. They are those guys who, if something's wrong, they're just not even going to say it. They're just going to be super passive aggressive.
Yeah, very passive.
And I think that's going to be a huge problem, especially for a real young locker room. And those young people, they'll definitely have egos that, not necessarily egos, but like they're hungry. They're trying to prove it. They might, be abrasive a little bit, just trying to stay in the league, and they got to fight for it more so than some of the vets would be when they're like, "Hey, I'm just here to get a ring."
It'll be weird to see how the personalities mesh because KD, he'll be out for the whole year. They're really just going to learn meet Kyrie, and then we know what Kyrie can potentially do to teams. He hasn't. There's a reason why he's on so many different teams already.
Yeah,
and
third in 3 years, right?
And there's always been issues. So, I don't know. We'll see that. The only other thing I had weird with this, all these moves, was DeAndre Jordan going to Brooklyn. I don't think that was a very good move because you got Jared Allen, who's a great center. Allen. He can be an all-star center.
You know what DeAndre Jordan was for? This is 100% just for Joel Embiid.
You think so?
That's all it's for.
Jared Allen's
depth's always nice, but Jared Allen was a little bit too small for Joel Embiid. We saw that. Joel Embiid elbowed him in the face, and so that doesn't help. But Jared Allen he either needs to bulk up a little bit. He was getting a little handled by Embiid in that series.
Embiid's tough to handle for most bigs in the NBA, but
very tough to handle. But I think they're going to do DeAndre just so when they come up against Philly, they can tire him out. Yeah. They can just say, DeAndre, just play hard defense on him. Just make him work.
I'm excited for that battle: DeAndre Jordan versus Joel. Jared Allen versus Al Horford.
That's not the player.
Well, I know he's not. He's not very good at all, and I didn't like the move. That's too much money for a guy like that. But whatever.
Oh yeah. But they took it from KD and Kyrie, so it's not like terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, they got DeAndre for a reason. All right, I want to talk Kemba to the Celtics. A move we felt we knew was coming since Kyrie was going to leave. We all said, all right, Kyrie's leaving. The Celtics, they're going to go get Kemba. I think Kemba's an upgrade. He's a better leader. He's a really great scorer. I want to see how he adjusts from getting. He's not going to have I don't think his points are going to be as high in Boston because there's so many other players. But I think the assist numbers will go up. And
that's a good. He'll be happy for that.
Yeah. I think it's crazy. All this Kemba news comes out the same week. UConn's going to the Big East. It's just like UConn's in heaven right now. They're like, our star is coming back home. He's coming to the Garden, not MSG, but the TD Garden. It's a great week for UConn. They're back in the Big East. Their poster child, he's coming home. But I think Kemba's becoming the villain. Give him like a whole half a season. I think we're going to say he's the villain. Michael Jordan, he forced Kemba out. Kemba's this great guy. It's an epic. It's a great epic, Matt. Have you ever seen Star Wars, Matt?
Yes, I'm aware.
All right. So his Star Wars film, there's a guy named Darth Vader. He was just a little boy at one point, just a normal little kid, good little guy, Anakin Skywalker. And Anakin, he was a good little kid growing up. He was racing his cool little rocket ships, his space cruisers. I don't really know what they're called. Pod racing. Okay. Yeah. You've seen the movie. And then I guess Michael Jordan, we'd equate him to the Jedi. We'll compare him to the Jedi. And there's like, Anakin, you gotta take your emotion out of this. You can't be letting this all happen. And then here comes Danny Ainge. He's your Emperor Palpatine. He's whispering in Kemba's ear. He's like, don't listen to him. Do you want to be a champion? come to the Garden. He's saying Garden. Come to the TD Garden. Be a champion. Remember the Big East? You want to be a Big East. You want to be back in the Big East. You want the championships, the rings. Oh, remember it? It was so great. And Kemba's like, man, that was pretty great. I can be a winner again. Everything I need. It's right there. And Michael Jordan's like, all right, go ahead. We're not going to give you the max anyway. Get out of here. And that's what happened. Now we have our Darth Vader. Everything's about to go wrong. The Jedis are about to fall. The bad news for Charlotte, they definitely don't have a Jedi. They don't have a Luke Skywalker to save them. They are in a lot of trouble. How was that? How was that analogy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That is a good analogy. So is what happens now, is that the new trilogy of movies, or how did the new movies play into this?
That was the new movies, right? Oh, you mean the newer movies?
Yeah, the new movies.
Oh, we still have to go through episodes 4, 5, and 6. We have to relive those somehow in the past, but also make sense of them being like in that time span. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, because it's 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Yep, I messed up. So okay, we got a lot to go.
We still have a few light years away. We'll be there.
A couple of questions I had. I know Kemba and Terry Rozier was a sign and trade. Was Kyrie? They just didn't re-sign. It was only Kemba and Terry Rozier as part of that sign and trade, right?
I don't even know if that was a sign and trade. I think they just both signed.
It was a sign and trade, I believe.
Okay, I thought they
think
just
it was
signed.
just straight up.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. I don't know. I guess so.
And then, did you hear the reports that Kemba didn't even want the Supermax? He wanted, I think it was 5 years, 175 or something, or 160.
I heard he would have took less than the Supermax to stay in Charlotte, and I don't understand. I don't know. Michael Jordan's not
even just offering that. It's really not even a bad rate they got him at. I think they were just worried about missing out on upcoming free agents. But it's like, dude, Kemba's your guy. Why would you not keep him? Try to build around him. It's like maybe you don't sign Miles Plumlee to 7 different 4-year, $20 million contracts when you already have Frank Kaminsky and Dwight Howard or whatever.
They don't have Frank Kaminsky anymore, actually. But yep.
I'm just saying, it's like, how are you not offering this to Kemba when you've offered so many bad contracts in the past?
Yeah, I don't know. It was very disrespectful. I don't like that move at all. I think if Michael Jordan was owning a team like the Knicks or somebody like in a big sports media market, he'd be getting pretty close to the same heat that James Dolan's getting. He has not been a very good owner for the last however long he's been there. He's made a lot of bad moves, a lot of bad picks. Just hasn't been good.
He's never really been a good owner. I mean, he was the one that took. He's had a couple really bad picks.
Yeah, Frank Kaminsky was not good. The Nicholas Batum contract was terrible.
Which at the time it really wasn't that bad of a contract.
Yeah, that was a 2016 year, I think.
Well, he was He was a very good player coming off of it, and he just declined way faster than anyone thought he was going to. So it's like, it was the 2016. That wasn't the worst contract from that 2016. It's just none of the contracts were good from that year. Mm-hmm. But like, if you looked at his drafting record, all this other stuff, like, he made some really bad moves as owner.
Yeah, it hasn't been good. My last analogy for Kemba, Harvey Dent, Two-Face. Mm-hmm. That was my only other analogy. The great guy, he finally ends as the villain, and you either live long enough to die a hero, or you become the villain. And Kemba, we're now rivals, buddy. We're rivals now.
I don't care. Like, I'm fine with the Celtics. I'm actually kind of excited to see what this team can do.
All right, yeah, I am excited to see how the Celtics play out. That is a very good young team. And then adding Kemba. You were alluding to it, but we need to figure out what they're going to do at center. What we forgot to talk about with the KD, Kyrie, DeAndre deal. The KD, it was a sign and trade. The Warriors, they acquired DeAngelo Russell. Very unexpected move. From what I hear, I guess the Warriors don't want to keep DeAngelo Russell. They're looking to unload him. They just wanted to get something out of KD. So Matt,